Hello guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. And this is the last lecture, lecture number 10 of our Python programming. So, congratulations of reaching the final hour of this Python course. Today we will not learning anything new. Instead, we will revise everything we have covered in those 9 sessions by solving a lot of coding question. If you can solve these questions by your own self, you will have a strong foundation now in Python. So open VS Code and code along with me. Okay. So yeah, these are some question, but before going them, I'll just uh, give you some quick revision of all the topics. Like first is variable. That what is variable? Variables are variables are these A, B, C, D, where we basically store our data by taking input or any value. Then we have data type. There are 4 data type. Okay. Then input and output, that how we take input and how we output. Then our conditional, if, else and elif. Then our loops, there are 2 kind of loop, for loop and while loop. Then we have functions. Okay. Then we have our list, tuple, dictionary, set. Okay. Then we have our string, then the oop, then file handling, then exception handling and modules at last. Okay. So now let's start our session of today by solving these programming questions. Okay. Now let the first question is uh, we have to check whether the number is even or a number is odd. So for that we will think about how we identify that either a number is odd or even the or a number is even. So for that we just think about that for odd, for number with the even, wait, I have to comment this on here. For a number to be even, it should be divided by 2. As you can see, 2, 4, 6, 8, these are all even number and they are all divided by 2. So we use the same logic here, that we will take number as an input. Okay. and a number. Okay. And we just check if a number is divisible by wait a second guys, I have to check, is my camera clear? Yeah. Okay. We have to check if a number is getting divisible by 2 and give us remainder 0, then print the number is even number. Okay. Else number is odd. Okay. Now let's check this. Wait, let me comment all and uncomment this. So let's run this one. Command not found. Wait. Wait. Guys, I have to check it. Py command not found. What is this now? Let me close all these guys. Yeah, so let's give a number. Let's take 2. So 2 is a even number. Let's give a number 3 which is odd, so we can see odd number. Okay, let's give one more 9 which is odd also. Okay, so that means our code worked correctly. Okay, so now comment this and move to the next question. So number 2 is we have to print the largest number of out of 3 number. Okay, so for that firstly we want at least 3 input. So a equals to int, wait, let me just, yeah, int input, enter first number. Let's take a okay, and enter third number. Yeah, now we have to find which one is the largest. So we will use like this: if a is greater than b and a is greater than c. So wait, so print a is the largest number. Let me just copy this. And if b is greater than a and b is greater than c also, then print b is the largest number. And else we just say c is the largest number. Print c is the largest number. Now let's check. First number, let's give him 5, then 2, then 9. So 9 is the largest number. Let's give one more. Let's give him 78, then 69, then wait, 69, then 32. Oh wait, so 6932 is the largest number. Okay, there's one more way you can find, wait, let me tell you. We will just say that d equals to max of a, b, c, and just print d is the largest number. So look over here, 12, 43 and 23. So 43 is the largest number. So there are two ways of doing this question, using if else and using a max operator. Okay, let's move to the next question. We have to find a number is a prime number or not. So prime number must be divisible by itself. Okay, so for that we will first take our input, int input. Okay, enter your number. Okay, now if a number is smaller than 2, means 0 or 1. So we know that 0 or 1, 0 is nor composite nor prime, and 1 is even 1 is not also. So we just say that print not prime. Okay, else why it running automatically? Else prime equals to else prime, yeah, wait, prime equals to true. Okay, why we are doing this? Now we will tell him when his prime is not when prime is not true. Okay, so for I in range 2 to int of number multiplied by not multiplied, power by half plus 1. Yeah, so we have taken a range of from 2 to the number to the half of the number plus 1. Okay, like look, let's take we have took 4. Okay, so we take 2 to the 4 to the power 0.5 means 4 to the power half, which is under root 4, which is 2. So we will take just 2 to the range of 2 plus 1, which will be 3. So we just take a range of 2 to the 3 because 4 is only 4 can be divisible by either 2 or 3, not any other number. So that's why we just take these numbers. So if now here also if wait if number divide by I, if it get divisible by any like 2 or 3, so it is all not a prime number. So okay, so we'll just say that prime equals to false and break the loop. Okay, now wait, yeah, if prime print prime number, prime number, else print no prime number. So let's check this. So let's give an oh wait, yeah, so let's give number 11, which is a prime number, so it's a prime number. Let's give him number 4, which is a composite, so no prime number. Okay, I hope you know that. Okay, so factorial this time. So let's move to factorial. So we can do factorial by 2. We will do factorial by 2. First is recursion and the another one is for loop. So first of all we will take input and a number, then we will just say fact equals to 1. Okay, we have one more way. We will do this by three way. Okay, range 1 to number of number plus 1, because we want to multiply it with the number also. Okay, that's why, and we will just multiply them all. That fact equals to fact into I, and just print fact, or we can say that factorial equals to, now look, let's give 5, so 120, oh wait, look, factorial equals to 120. Now let's do it by using recursion. Okay, so for recursion we will use this, we will take this one, define fact. Okay, in which we will use, wait a second, yeah, so let's do this. So if n equals to 0 or n equals 1, return 1. Okay, now let's move to the main. So otherwise return n into fact of n minus 1. Okay, now just print factorial equals to fact of n. Okay, let's use this one also. So number is 5, so factor is 120. Okay, so means this also work. Now we have one more way, and the easiest way we can say, using module. So we'll just say import math. Okay, and we'll just say print math dot fact n. Now look over here, 5. Wait, okay, not fact, factorial. Yeah, now look, we'll just say 5, so 120 is the answer. Okay, so these are the 3 ways you can use to get a factorial from a number. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, so let's move to the next, which is a Fibonacci series. So Fibonacci series is, let me tell you, it is like 0 0 1 0 0 not 0 1 1, then 2, then 3, then 5, then 8. It's like that. Okay, so for that let's use normal loop over here. We can also do that by using recursion. I'll tell you. Okay, and you also have to do this by recursion also. How many terms, like how many terms you want, we'll just ask about this. Now we know that the first term is always 0 and the second term is always 1. Okay, now for I in range n, print a comma end equals to, with a new line where a comma b equals to b comma a plus b. Okay, now look, if I say him 7 terms, so number of terms, 7 terms, so terms are 1 0 1 1 2 3 5 8. Okay, let's comment this. Yeah, okay, now recursion, let's do recursion by this. So for that we will just, let me comment this. So for that we will use recursion, like define fib n. Okay, so if n equals to 0, so we'll just return, or if, yeah, return 0. Okay, and if n equals to 1, return 1. It will not give us terms, it will give the number at that term. Okay, return fib of n minus 1 plus fib of n minus 2. This is the logic over here. And now terms equals to, we have already take that. So for, let's print them all. For I in range n, print fib of I, so that we can get all number in different lines also. Now look over here. Now let's say 7 0 0 1 1 3 5 and 8. Okay, if I use now it, okay, so we have find the Fibonacci series. Now let's move to another question, which is palindrome. So what is palindrome? So palindrome is a word or a string which can be same as it starts with the, like, from, as we have a madam word, madam, even we start from the right or the left, the word will always be same, which is madam. Okay, so this is what a palindrome word means. So we have to find either the word is palindrome or not. Okay, for that we'll just say that, wait, let me just, is already commented. A equals input as it is string, enter your word. Okay, now if a equals to a of reverse -1, then print palindrome, else it's not, else print not a palindrome. So let's use print this. So madam, this is a palindrome. Okay, race car, it's also a palindrome. Then we have a ball, not a palindrome. Okay, so this is how we can search for a palindrome. Okay guys, now let's move to the another program number 7. Okay, so here we say that we have to list a operator. Okay, have you remember some operator of a list? So let's revise them. So let's make a list over here. So list is like 20, 30, 40. So if I want to end something at the last, we will use append. Okay, now end dot append 40. So it will, what will it do? It will print 40 at the last. Yeah, okay, I didn't tell the two print numbers. Okay, now end dot insert, it will insert with the help of our indexes, like index 1, let's do 12. Okay, then we have remove, that it can remove also, so we will just say remove end dot remove, let's remove 30. Okay, now let's print them, print n. Okay, so wait, let me print this. Look, 10, 12, 20, 40, 40. Let's make it 50. Yeah, then we also have print len of, so basically it calculate the length of the numbers. Okay guys, so now we have dictionary. So for that we'll just make a dictionary and do some changes. Okay, so let's make employee dictionary. Okay, so name equals, name of the employee is Abhi, let's say, and his age is just, wait, parenthesis, yeah, his age is just 20. Okay, and his salary is just let's take 40k. Okay, yeah, so now we will just print this. Wait a second. Okay, so we will just print our this. Let's check if it is running. Look, the name is Abhi, age is 20, and his salary is 40k. Okay, good. Now let's move to another one. Yeah, so now let's move to this. So we'll just say that I want to print my name. Okay, hence employee name. Okay, so and I want to get a salary of employee. So employee salary, let's take salary of employee, let's say 50k. Okay, and let's make something like we don't have employee city, which will be Delhi, let's say, and we'll just print employee. Now look what has been changed. Key error, name. Okay, wait guys. So it says that name. Okay, wait, maybe now it's okay. Yeah, name, abhi, age, this salary equals to Delhi. Okay guys, so now let's move to our another one, which is example of OOP. Okay, so let's start there. So our OOP question. So now in this question, the OOP question, we have to create a class and define some variables in it. Okay, so for that we will just create our class using the class variable. That class, let's make class student as it given. Then we will just use define our initializer, which is init, with self. Okay, so now student can have name, can have roll number, can have class also, marks, let's take marks. Okay, so now self dot name equals to name. Okay guys, then self dot marks equals to marks, and at last self dot roll number equals to our roll number. Okay, now we will just make another function to display all this. So make a display self, yeah, in which we will say that print name will be self dot name, because we initialized with self dot name. Then print roll number as self dot roll number, and at last we'll just say print marks underscore number equals to self dot marks. Okay, now for that we have to take a input value. Okay, so for that we will take some input. Let's take s1 equals to student, let's give name my name. Okay, let's give me roll number and my marks. Okay, and another one is s2 equals to student, name will be Abhi, roll number will be 45, and let's give marks is 89. Okay, now I will say to display all this data. So for that I'll just say s1 dot display and s2 dot display. And as I run it, you can see name is Ajay. Wait, let me clean this. New terminal, wait. Yeah. Now look, wait, I have to comment this one. Now look, name is Ajay, roll number 21, then marks 90, then Abhi, and then, or we can use like this, print and equals to this. Yeah, so you can see like this also. Okay. Now look, yeah, now there's space. Now look over here. Okay, guys. So the now next one is our file handling. So for that we know that we use with open as file, so that we don't want to close it. Okay, for that I have to made, and there are some of them. So let's use our to make any file. Okay, let's make a file practice dot txt in our write format, so that it can be made by itself as file dot write welcome to R10. Okay, now I'll just say that to show me with open practice dot text as R as file, and we will just say data equals to file dot read, and now I just say that print data. Now it will show me that this. Wait, let's comment all this. Yeah. Now look, welcome to R number 10. Okay, so these are some questions we have practiced. Now let's do some practice questions, or okay, or we can say some homework questions. Okay, so for that we have to first one is check whether a number is positive, negative, or a number is 0. Okay, so for that let's start the question. So wait just a second, guys. Okay, so for that let's take a number, enter your number. Okay, and now if, just a simple logic, if it is greater than 0, number will be positive. And if number is smaller than 0, print negative, else print 0. Now let's run this to check is it working properly or not. So let's give number 5, which is a positive number. Let's give 0 as 0. Let's give him -9, so negative number. So that means our code works properly. Okay, so another one is our find the smallest of the 3 number. Okay, let's take numbers equals int input enter your number. Let me just copy this so that it will help you. Sorry for the voice, I have some cold, so that's why. So now smallest will be, so this is we can do this by 2 ways. First we can say that smallest equals to min of a comma b comma c, and just say print smallest. Is the smallest. Okay, or we can just use like if else, if a is smaller than b and a is smaller than c also, then print A is the smallest. Okay, let me just copy this. And if B is smaller than A and B is smaller than C also, then B is the smallest, else C is the smallest. So now we'll just check here if our both. So let's give number 5, 3 and 9. So you can see 3 is the smallest number. We can get it by both. Okay. So now the another question. So another one is print all the prime number between 1 to 100. Okay. For that we will use our for loop. For n in range, let's take n as our input. No, wait. For num in range, we already have a range 2 to 100. 1, but 100 is also the. So firstly we will say that prime equals to true. Okay. For I in range 2 comma int of num power half plus 1. Okay. So if num get divided by I and give us the remainder 0, so it's a what we can say, not a prime number. So prime equals to false. Okay, and we will just break the loop. And if prime, so print num, and we will just use and equals to space. Okay, now just look, we get all the prime number from 0 to 100. Okay, so just comment this one also. Now find the sum of the factorial from 1 to n. Okay, we have to find the sum of factorial. So let's do this. So let's take number first. Int input, enter your number. Okay, and first of all our total will be 0. Total will be 0. Okay, so we will use for loop for I in range or we can use math over here so that it will be much more smaller, but let's do it by this. We will use it by nested loop. Okay, fact equals to 1. Okay, for j in range 1 to I plus, remember iota, total will be total plus fact. Okay, and at last we just print our output. The print for total should be there, no? Wait, I have just missed something. Fact equals to fact multiplied by j. Yeah, print sum is total. Now let's assume 6, so 8 7 is 3. I have one more way, I guess it will work. Import math. Okay, now let's take a number equals to int input, or we already have a number now. Okay, so first we will find a input. Okay, Wait, let me think. So that we can import map, and then we will find a number of that, and then we get it. Okay. So we already have, so we'll just say that total equals to 0. Okay, and now for I in range 1 2 n plus 1, because we want to add all the numbers, and total will be total plus I plus fact of I. Yeah, and now we'll just uncomment this. Factorial. Module. Import math. Oh wait, math dot. Yeah. Now let's give him 6 this time. So now 873, and if we just move it out from the loop, so we will just get a 1 output, 873. Okay, so this is how we can use module over here to make it much more easier. Okay, now print Fibonacci series until the value exceed 100. Okay, so for that we can just make like this: a equals to 0, as we know, and b equals to 1. We always know that. So while a is equal to or smaller than 0, print a comma and for Fibonacci we always use this thing, that a comma b equals to b comma a plus 1, b comma a plus b. Yeah, because this is what a Fibonacci. Now look, 0 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 34 55 and 89. Okay, so now we will move to another question, that check whether a sentence is a palindrome, and we have to ignore the spaces also. Okay, so we have already done the questions of like this, so we'll just skip this and I will move to another one. Okay, so another is count even and odd number in our list. So for that we have to firstly have a list. So for that we will create a list. Let's make a list number name num and have some element in it. Okay, now even equals to 0 and odd are also 0 at the beginning. Okay, now for I in range not I in range, I num, if I percentage 2 equals 0, so even plus equals to 1, we will count as a even number, else odd plus equals to 1. Okay, and at last we'll just print even are even number and print odd are odd number. Okay, now let's run this. So it says that even equals to 4 and we have odd equals to 3. Now let's check this. So 12, 78, 9, and why it takes 0? Because okay, wait, if I remove this and have a 6, now I guess answer will be the same. Yeah, so now 12, 78, 9 and 6 are the even, and 2, 13 and 7 are the odd numbers. Okay, good one. Now we have next one is create a dictionary of 5 students and print the topper. Okay, so for that let's create a dictionary of student, and Let's give him name Rahul. Okay, let's give him marks of 88. Then Aman, let's give him marks 92. Then name Ajay, let's give me marks 87. And now we have Abhi, marks 94. And at last we have Adi as marks 97. Okay. So now we have already created the dictionary. So now we have to get topper. So topper will be the maximum of marks. So topper equals to max of student. Okay. And key equals to student dot get. Okay, so that it will help us. Okay. Yeah. Now we will get a student by using the key which is a highest number of this. Okay, print topper is topper. Okay, and print marks is marks of topper are array backslash. Okay, so now you can see that we got our topper which is Adi, whose marks are 98, 97. Now, okay, you can see. Now let's move to another question, which is create a car class with brand and price, then display its detail. Okay, so for that just create a class. So class car will define init, our initializer, and then self with car with brand and price. So self dot brand equals to brand, self dot price equals price. Now we will move to another function, display. Yeah, now this self, okay, print, wait, yeah, print brand is self dot brand, print price is self dot price. And now we'll just car one, let's give him a Toyota car, Toyota, and let's give him 15 lakh. Okay, and we just say car one dot this. Now we just give look, brand is Toyota and price is 15. Okay. Now the last question, write 5 lines to file and then read them back. Write 5 lines to file, to a file. Okay, we have a file ending question that we have to write 5 lines and then we have to read them back. Okay, so with open sample.txt in write format so that it can be made by itself, file dot write. Wait, let me copy this so that I can use it by 5 times. Yeah. So here we will write Python using \n, then we will write Java \n, we will write JavaScript \n, HTML \n, and at last CPP \n. Yeah, and we will say to with open sample.txt in a read mode as file, and then just print a data, print file dot read, so that it can read it easily. Now just run this. So look, wait, let me just comment the upper one. Yeah, so look, we get a file Python, Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Okay, so guys, we have done this question also. So we have done all the practice questions and all the normal questions. So congratulations, you have successfully completed this 10-hour Python course, from variables to loop, function, OOP, file handling, exception handling, and some mini project that we have done now. Okay, so you have learned fundamentals of Python. Okay, so this is our Python journey, and here is its end. So it's the last session, last class of our Python session, which is a class 10th class, or the lecture number 10. So remember, programming is a skill that improve with practice. Okay, solve problem daily, build small project, and keep experiment with codes. Okay, the more you code, the more confident you become, and the more your project will be better. Okay, if you found this course helpful, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. For more programming fundamental, if you want, you can just comment me, and then I'll try to make them. Okay, so have a nice day, guys. I think this is our last class. Okay, so we'll meet again. Thank you. Bye bye.